Title: Art Supporting STEAM Learning. The Count, Play, Explore logo appears in the lower right with the words Count, Play, Explore for early education. Part 1. Exploring Math and Science through Arts, 18 through 36 months. An educator sits at a low table with 3 children during an art activity. Each child is pasting shapes onto a heart-shaped piece of paper.
What do? You're going to dip it in the glue. There we go. And the glue gets sticky.
The camera focuses on one child as they stick their paintbrush into a small glue container, paint some glue onto their paper, and then lay a small pink circle onto the paper with the glue. A moment later, the child picks out several small wooden items out of a bowl on the table in front of them. The educator points at each item and narrates what they see.
I see 3. 1, 2, 3. You found, oh look, circle. This is, look, bigger circle, little circle. Little.
The camera moves to a child at the other end of the table. The child holds up their glue-filled paintbrush. Then they hold up a leaf shape.
Glue. Yeah, you got glue on your brush.
Oh, big.
What is it?
Wow.
It's a leaf. Is it going to stick on there? What do you think?
Part 2. Exploring fruits through painting, 3 to 5 years. Various fruits are intentionally posed in a basket on top of a shelf for still life painting. A group of 5 children sit at a table across from the fruit with easels, brushes, and watercolors painting the fruit. An educator sits with the children and asks each one about their painting.
Please change the water.
Now we need green. Green. And we put orange
Okay.
for me.
So, what else you want?
Green the spiky.
Let me see. What is this?
Green the spiky.
As the video goes on, we see each child's painting of the fruits. Some paintings are more detailed than others.
Next to the tree, what is that?
Lots
of fruit.
Pineapple.
Let's start to do it.
The watermelon.
Okay, start with the watermelon.
It's real fruit, right? We can eat it. It's green. Oh yeah.
What do you drink now, sweetie?
Orange.
Orange. Wow.
Part 3. Drawing observations of vegetables, 3 to 5 years. A group of children and educators are gathered around a zucchini plant in an outdoor garden. The children all have small digital cameras. One child crouches down, grabs onto a zucchini, and begins to harvest it by twisting and pulling. An educator offers a helping hand.
Take a picture of her. Get here. Got green.
As the child stands to show off the newly harvested zucchini, the other children hold their cameras up to take pictures of it.
Wow! Look at that!
Yes, okay, right.
Later, the children are sitting at an outdoor table. Each child has a clipboard with white paper, pencils, and markers for drawing. Various recently harvested vegetables are placed about the table for the children to trace and draw. A child concentrates as he uses a pencil to trace a large zucchini on his paper. When he finishes, he picks up the zucchini and observes its size.
Wow.
Moments later, we see a child pointing at a small tomato and talking with one of the educators.
What size is this?
Later, the educator calls students one by one to stand to the end of the table to present their drawings. The educator holds up the drawings and asks each child about them.
What did you document?
I drew a zucchini and a tomato.
A zucchini and a tomato, okay.
Part 4. Animal Representations in Computer Science, 2nd through 3rd grade. An educator stands with her class along the perimeter of the classroom. On the floor is a network of small roads that each lead to a diorama of a zoo. She addresses the children.
So what we're going to do is each set of partners is going to create an animal that we're going to use over the top of our spheros today. We are going to use a cup that you have at the table, and we are going to make that cup look as much like the animal that we have as possible. So if my partner and I get tiger, we want to make sure to put what on the tiger?
Whiskers.
The stripes, maybe some whiskers, what else?
Two children work on their cup animal. They use black and white construction paper, glue, and tape to make the cup look like a penguin.
Like that. And then the flappies. What happened to his flappies? I don't know. Look, they're supposed to be like that. And then like he's gonna be like, I just ate something so yummy. There, no, that one's too big. Oh my God.
The educator stands with another pair of children as they contemplate how to make their cup look like a tiger with black and orange construction paper.
And then how would you make the stripes out of that? Yeah, you can cut it in thin lines and then use some glue to put on top of the orange.
I should make a face.
You want to make a face? Good. And you were talking about the ears too, huh? Need some ears. I think that's a good choice.
Can I get another face of yours so it's like both sides?
Sure. Or just one side is fine because maybe on the back you want to put like a tail or something.
Later, the same pair is seen working on their cup independently. Their tiger is starting to take shape. The cup is wrapped with orange construction paper. It has two googly eyes and thin black paper stripes.
Tiger's going. I kind of. You went to the elephant.
Yay! Round of applause for Team Tiger. Great job.
A photo shows a close-up of the zoo diorama in each of the animal cups. The zoo has a sign naming it the Calm Zoo, an acronym for California Living Museum. There is an elephant cup, a panda cup, a penguin cup, a crocodile cup, a tiger cup, and a lion cup. Credits. A special thanks to the children, families, and staff of the Educare California Silicon Valley, Sylvan Park STEAM Early Education Center, Brooklyn Early Education Center, and Virginia Avenue Elementary, without whose help these videos would not have been possible. The Count Play Explore logo appears in the lower right with the words Count, Play, Explore for Early Education.